Yeah, we can talk about that a little more. If anyone has questions, we can talk about it. The idea here is you're blocking, and you're trying to make a offensive decision. And so eventually, you can do this as a drill. Just block at full speed until you find an opening to throw at. And that's really the point of the drill. It's how to teach you how to go from defending to making an offensive decision. A lot of us get trapped, always blocking, never make our own decision. So this drill is how to help you start making your decisions and not just reacting to their decisions. Right? So these are drills. The idea is I'm just trying to show you drills that you can go home that you are good drills to practice. That's kind of the idea here. So we're just going to talk about one last thing, and that's act. We do have one last drill we're going to do. But all act is the physical playing out of your decision. Pretty simple. All it is once you make the decision, act it out. So the most important thing about act is once you make a decision, act it out immediately. Don't go, I should throw an offside head. Oh, I missed the opportunity. Throw the offside head, right? It's simple. The idea here is anytime you make a decision, act it out immediately. I'm going to give you an example of something I see at practice that we all need to be careful about. I come out to fight, I'm like, I'm going to throw that leg. Oh, he's already got the block. Oh, stop the shot. Anybody ever done that? Anybody seen people do that? And what are you doing? You are training yourself a very bad habit. You would be way better to make your decision, act out your decision, and follow through in a natural defensive rhythm than to try to stop it and reset entirely what you're going to do. So whenever you make a decision, even if you make a new observation that makes it obsolete, get in the habit of acting it out. Don't get in the habit of canceling your decision. And I see it at practice constantly, especially new people. They're like, I got a great idea, and they'll look at the leg and they'll throw it and they'll see the shield and they'll stop their shot halfway, try to stop it, physically come back. They'd be way better off to make him have to block it, right? Make him actually have to block the shot, and you get a nice practice of a good return back to deep. But you've already made the observation. I've already observed he blocked it, so in my return, I'm observing where my next shot can go. Because if he's blocked that, his head should be open, right? So it'd be way better to go, oh, he's already blocked that. What else is open? Than to go, oh, he's already blocked that. Let's reset and start over. So don't make it a habit to stop decisions halfway through. Act them out. And then the other thing I see, or I want to say, is what I just kind of mentioned. Sometimes you're in a fight, and you'll fight, and then suddenly you'll be like, man, I can see his back. And then suddenly now I can't see it. You thought to yourself there was an opening, and you didn't get it. And I think we've probably all experienced something similar, where you have this moment of, oh, I had an opportunity, I missed it. That's, you thought. You stopped to think. That's you stopping to think. So even if you do that and you go, oh, it's too late, follow through with the decision. Even if it misses entirely. Even if they easily block it. At practice, even if it puts you in a horrible defensive position, act out the decision. If you're going through practice and you're seeing openings, recognizing them and not throwing, that's how you're training yourself to react in a fight. So it's way better to act out a good decision late than it is to cancel a good decision. So these are two things I see at practice and two easy things for us to correct. Get rid of these bad habits. Follow through on your shots even if it's blocked, and when you do recognize something, force yourself to follow through with it even if it's irrelevant. Because the process of acting out a good decision is better for you than whatever else you're doing with it. So I have one more drill, but we may cancel it because I do need people in full armor. Actually, if everyone's lined up, I'm going to show you the drill. You can decide to do this later or something. So get your opponent real fast. This is our last drill. This is about acting. And I want everyone to be very careful and not blast all your buddies in the face. So what I want everyone to do is to come up into B range and up into close range. Alright? So this side, right here, is actually the attacker, and we are the defender. So what I want you to do is you are going to throw an offside face. Here, a little bit further apart. Christine, all you're going to do is throw an offside face. But when you're going to throw it is as soon as he starts to move. So what I want you guys to do here is I want you to just throw a shot. I don't care what shot. And as soon as I start moving, I want you to hit me in this zone, right? So as soon as you recognize he's moving, throw an offside face. Offside face. As soon as you recognize any motion, throw the offside face. The first thing you see move, throw the offside face.
Offside.
All right, so anybody notice anything? Anybody?
Always open.
It's always open. So here's the thing. We're lucky because we're all right-handed. What's going on is any shot I want to throw, the first thing I really do is vacate that zone. And so what we're training here is act. Act. Basically, you can do this at fighter practice, and it's actually hilarious and a lot of fun. You just come up, and you're like, I don't care who I'm fighting. As soon as I see anything move, I'm throwing that shot. And maybe they just do this, and the block's right there. Maybe they go to throw a flat snap, and you throw right over and they hit you, right? Chances are you're either going to foul their shot or hit them in the ear. And it probably seemed obvious. You either foul their shot or you kill them. Rarely you'll lose. You know, so I just did it at a fighter practice once. I sat there in my pellet, focus. Just get into range, as soon as they move, throw. It's really actually hard to do full speed. But with a little bit of practice, I went to a practice, did like 15 fights in a row. Just hit him right in the face. It was just one of the, just first move. So people started trying to fake it, but I was still fouling anything they did, and then being able to deal off of that. Now eventually people started ducking it, and then I missed, and then I was wide open. But the idea of this drill is this is a drill to you just stand here, and you're just acting on the first thing you can see. You've already loaded your decision. You already know what you're going to do. And also, it's a great thing to have in your repertoire. You can win a lot of your fights with that alone, as you probably just saw. So this is a drill to emphasize just act. This is why it's important to act. Why it's important to just act. Alright. I got one last thing I want to talk to you guys about, and then we're done. We're going to talk about tempo. Tempo is a pretty hard thing to actually explain, it turns out. But we have a couple of ways of using OODA loop to talk about tempo. And the first thing is, obviously, the faster you go through your decision cycle, the faster you can make more decisions. The faster your tempo can be. So you can think of, you train yourself to move through all these OODA loops as fast as you can, and that is kind of as fast as your tempo can be. Right? As fast as you can do it is as fast as you can go. So we all have like an upper limit of tempo. Now the key of tempo, we train OODA loops to make that as fast as we can. If I can make 5 decisions and you're only making 3, chances are that's enough for me to win. Right? We saw it with the leg kick. If I'm going through 2 things and you're still just making 1 decision, you're open for that thing. So the idea is if I can make more decisions in a shorter amount of time than my opponent, that's an advantage. That's only part of tempo. How fast you can go is important. The key to tempo is changing the speeds that you're going, changing your rhythm, changing a pattern. Right? If you got a shield, it would be like this. If I just go, just a little hesitation, you've probably all been guilty of this before. What happens is you go block, reset. And what they do is they go shot, hesitate, wait for you to reset. This is a brief example of what I mean by changing your pattern. You can come in and go, like this. I go 1, 2, 3, disengage. Come in, I go 1, 2, 3, disengage. Come in, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Because she got used to the disengage as the rhythm, and I changed it. This is a change in tempo. You get this rhythm, you get this tempo. She's resetting, you're changing the tempo. You're throwing a 4 shot.
That's a killer for Florentine fighters, especially when you're going 2 sticks up because it's
Yeah.
and you just get into this rhythm and they just slot shot you all the
In
time.
great weapons fighters, Bastard Sword is the big one. People start throwing, and each shot gets higher and higher in the blocks, and then you come up underneath. Right? It's just a pattern. Break the pattern. Tempo. I go as fast as I can. Throw it lazy. How many people have probably been through that? Like, you threw that shot so slow, I blocked it, and then unblocked it. That's what we're talking about. That's a change in tempo. Now, what you want is the ability to change your tempo. The key to tempo is being able to go from fast to slow to middle to slow to fast to middle to slow. Making those transitions between your tempo. Transitioning your tempo into different rhythms, different patterns. Is the key to tempo. And we're going to do have a drill. Oh, okay. I want to show you guys just one example of tempo. It's a little less thought about, but is equally as important. So get your partners. All right, you're going to start. This one's just simple. First thing you're going to do is you're going to start in A range. All I want you to do, your defenders over here, right? Defenders. I'm going to throw one shot, and then start backing away. You get a step forward and throw one shot and stop. All right, so what I'm going to do is this, like this. You're just going to one step forward, I'm going to throw a shot, start backing away, block the shot, get out of range, that's the end, right? So go through, everybody do that. All right, so the key here is I want you to stand there, throw a shot, start backing up, block a shot. All right, switch sides and the other person do it. So you're going to come up and wait. I want you to get all the way past. And so what you're going to do is you're going to throw one shot. Now start backing away. Take one step forward and throw one shot. That's what you do. And back all the way out of range. Start backing up. All the way out of range. All the way out of range. All the way out of range. All right. Everybody get a couple of those in? Most of my shit is falling from Sean. Alright, now I want you to do basically the same thing. But this time, I'm going to be the one disengaging, right? This time, I'm going to start stepping, throw a shot, and then he's going to step forward, one step and throw a shot, and I'm going to get out of range. That's all I want you to do. So it's like this. You're going to start stepping away, throw your shot, block the shot, get out of range. Yeah, so you're taking the step as you're throwing the shot. Hey, don't stop backing up. You're stopping when she gets. Don't stop. Back up like 5 steps. Back up all the way. Keep paddling. She's only taking one step.
No. Right, that's. I'm sorry. You throw her. Sorry.
All right, trade sides and make sure everybody does it. All right, everybody get a couple. All right, hold. Stop real. We'll borrow you. All right, I want to show you guys what just happened.
And I have like videos.
So here's what happened in the first drill. I threw my shot, started moving, see how close we are, and I have to defend the shot, and I have to take a lot more steps to get away, right? Second thing I'm going to do is now, I'm going to spontaneously throw my shot, and now look at how much space I have. What I did was I changed the tempo though. See, this is it's subtle, right? But that's an idea of changing tempo that you don't think about. Stavros here has a really great example that he just told me about, where he does. Go ahead and show us. Where he goes.
Well, you throw. It's like along with the make a pattern, break a pattern. You leave a shot. When you leave it out there, you can move your body, and a lot of the time they won't move because they're sort of in position. It's like make a pattern.
Oh, don't react. Yeah. So these are examples of. These are tempo changes. These are making changes. If I come up and we engage, and I go blam, 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 I back away, and then the next time I go forward, I back away, and I go blam, and he throws it. Here, what I want you to do is just take one step first, right? Yeah. You know, you can actually do something like where we come here, I go. I mean, you can see how far apart we got. I want you to take one step forward. Whoop. Yeah, that was good. Hang on. Here's what's going to happen. Step away. Take one step forward, throw a shot. See how far away I am? Simple. Now, I do it here, I throw the shot and try to step away. I haven't gotten away at all. It's super simple. Big difference. These are ideas I want you guys to think about. These are all ideas of tempo change. 1, 2, 3. Hesitate. 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1. You know, anything that sets a pattern or breaks a pattern. Anything that changes from fast to slow. You know, a great example is this. Ha, ha, ha. See?
Get them back on their feet.
These are all examples of little changes in tempo. So, what I have is a handout for everyone. Just kind of is everything we just went over, but a little bit more better organized information than I just did. And so, I encourage everyone to take 10 minutes or so to read it this afternoon and try to remember everything we just did. And remember, don't train bad habits. This is all about how to train good habits. Observe your opponent. Always observe your opponent. Never stop observing your opponent. Don't train bad habits, right? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That was a lot of info. So everybody get a whole copy of